Hi, Pretty Panthers. It's Mrs. Nilsen. I hope you're having a great day, and thanks for joining me today for another nonfiction text story. Remember, nonfiction is going to give us facts and information, and I'm going to give you 4 clues as to what this week's nonfiction text is about. You ready? Number 1, it flies. Number 2, it has 4 wings. Number 3, it is an insect. And number 4, it starts with a b. Butterfly. You're right. And actually today we're going to be comparing 2 different nonfiction texts. One is a really simple, easy reader, and then the other one is a little bit higher level, but it's going to give us a little bit more information because today we're going to talk specifically about the butterfly's life cycle. So we're going to start with this one. It's written by Donna Herrick Rice, and it's called A Butterfly's Life. So you can see there some different stages that you probably already have heard of. Okay, so this is A Butterfly's Life. And like I said, this is a very simple reader. It says, first, there is a butterfly. Do you guys know what that type of butterfly is called, the orange and black? It's called a monarch butterfly. It will soon be a mother. The mother butterfly lays eggs. You can see these tiny eggs on a leaf. That's how a butterfly's life cycle starts. She lays her eggs on a plant. The plant will be food for her babies. So she's very specific in where she lays her eggs. Finally, the eggs hatch. And look at that. Look how cool that picture is. If you remember, nonfiction text usually shows real photographs, so we get to see up close the butterfly's life cycle. A caterpillar comes out of each egg. Each caterpillar eats and grows. You've probably heard the fiction story, The Very Hungry Caterpillar. As soon as that caterpillar comes out, it's very hungry. The first thing it wants to do is eat. Later, each caterpillar becomes a pupa. So after it eats and eats and eats and eats and lives its life, then it finds a spot to hang, and it kind of creates this like J shape. And that's when you know it's going to start creating a pupa or a chrysalis. Inside is hard shell. The pupa changes. That is an awesome picture. You can really see the monarch butterfly's wings changing inside. Next, the butterfly breaks out of the pupa. Its wings are really wet at the beginning, so it has to kind of flap them around, dry them off. And it can fly. Look at that. They love flowers, don't they? The new butterfly meets other butterflies, and they fly and eat all day long. Sounds like a pretty fun life, huh? Let's see, did I skip a page? Yep. They lay new eggs. The new eggs become new butterflies. So the life cycle starts over again. That is a butterfly's life. All right? So the mommy butterfly lays her eggs. The eggs hatch into caterpillars. The caterpillars eat and eat and eat and eat, and then they become a chrysalis or a pupa. And then out emerges the butterfly. The butterflies fly around and eat all day until they're ready to lay eggs again, and then the whole thing starts over. So that was a really simple look into a butterfly's life cycle. Now, for this story, I'm going to use this book right here. It's a National Geographic Kids book, but it is a higher level than what we normally read in kindergarten. However, it's got some really good facts and information. So we're going to kind of see what we can compare and then see what else we can learn from this. Okay, so this is called Butterflies, and it's specifically about the type of butterfly we just learned about, which is the monarch butterfly. This one's written by Laura Marsh, and again, you're going to see some real life photographs. So I'm going to kind of skip to the middle of the book because that's where it starts to talk about the life cycle. So it says from egg to butterfly. There are 4 stages in a butterfly's life. Can you name them? Egg, caterpillar, chrysalis or pupa, and butterfly. Good job. The first is the egg. A mother butterfly places her eggs on a milkweed leaf. A tiny butterfly egg is the size of a pinhead. This stage lasts 4 days. So if you know what a pin, like a straight pin, looks like, or a writing pen, imagine the very tip of it. That's a pinhead, and that's how big an egg is. So you can imagine how big and close up this picture is. They're very, very tiny. A female, that means a girl, butterfly carries up to 400 eggs. She flies from leaf to leaf, and on each leaf she places only 1 or 2 eggs. That is a lot of work. She has 400 eggs and she's only putting 1 or 2 on each leaf. That's a lot of leaves. Hard-working mama, that's what that says. Here's a weird but true fact. A monarch caterpillar eats its eggshell before it starts to eat milkweed. I didn't know that. Second stage is the caterpillar. A tiny caterpillar hatches from the egg. It eats milkweed all day long. In 2 weeks, it grows from less than a 1/4 inch to 2 inches long. So have mom or dad show you what a 1/4 inch is and then what 2 inches is. It grows quite rapidly, quite quickly, especially with all that eating it's doing. The third stage is the chrysalis or the pupa. A caterpillar creates a hard, protective coating around itself called a chrysalis. From the outside, it appears that nothing is happening. But inside, we know, right? The caterpillar is transforming into a butterfly. This stage usually lasts about 10 days. So this is a new word for us. Chrysalis is an insect between larva and adult stage in a hardened case or cocoon. Kind of see that down here. Oh, and these books are fun because they give us a joke. Ready? What does a cat sleep on? A caterpillar. All right. Fourth stage after the chrysalis is the butterfly. When the chrysalis opens, a butterfly is born. And this is really awesome because it shows all of the steps very in depth. After 10 to 12 days, the chrysalis becomes clear and cracks open. The butterfly comes out head first. Its wings are small and crumpled. The monarch pumps liquid through the veins of its wings to enlarge them. That means to make them bigger. And then the butterfly's veins stiffen. About 1 hour after it comes out of the chrysalis, the monarch is ready to fly. I told you its wings are wet and crumpled. It's got to give them time to get bigger and to dry out so that it can fly. Here's another funny for you. Are you ready? Why did John throw the butter out the window? He wanted to see the butter fly. That's silly. When monarchs are in the caterpillar stage, they only eat milkweed plants, and they eat a lot. Adult monarchs eat the sweet nectar from many different flowering plants, including milkweed. The nectar gives the butterflies energy to fly. So nectar, that's another kind of vocabulary word for us, and that's the sweet plant juice that is eaten by not only butterflies, but lots of insects. All right, so we're going to go ahead and stop there because I've got a lot of information for you between these two stories. It's really fun to compare different books, different texts, especially when they're on the same topic. It's also really fun to compare different topics, like maybe a butterfly and a moth. So I'm going to challenge you, if you want to take this a step further, do a little research on a moth and see if you can tell me or your teacher a difference between a butterfly and a moth, or maybe a similarity, something that's the same between a butterfly and a moth. I'd love to hear what you come up with. And one way that we can work on our learning for nonfiction text, remember, is using our 5-finger retell. So the main idea or topic of our book was, of course, butterflies. I'm sure you can tell me at least 3 facts that you learned, because I know I learned a ton. And then a question you have. So maybe that's where you explore more about butterflies, or maybe you start and take it a bit further and compare some butterflies and moths. Either way, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Before I go, friends, of course, I have 2 new kindergarten words for you. Now we're getting down to the end of our list, and I know that you have been working hard. Keep working hard on your words. Keep practicing them. Keep finding them in stories. If it helps to put them up around your house, and every time you see them, you read them to someone, play games with them, build them with Play-Doh. Tally how many times you can find them in books. There's so many fun ways to practice sight words. If you need more ideas, contact your teacher or myself, and I'd be happy to help you out. Okay, you ready for our 2 new words? The first one is look. Look. Look is a fun word. It has 2 consonants, the L and the K, the first and the last letter, and then 2 vowels, right? They're the same. The double O in the middle, and this is the word look. And one of the fun ways I remember this word is kind of by, I should have brought a marker with me, but drawing little eyes here and then a smiley face, so it's kind of like a face, like look. Look and see how many times you can find the word look in books around you. Oh, wait, look, book. That rhymes. Oh my goodness. All right, so 4 letters in the word look. Ready for this one? This one has 5 letters. Where, and where actually starts with a digraph. That WH says the W sound. Now it has 5 letters, but it only has 3 consonants, the W, the H, and the R. The other 2 letters are the same letter, the vowel, and they are E. So where is kind of one of those funny words that has a silent E at the end. We don't really hear that last E sound. We hear the W, air, where sound. But this is the word where. Where can you find the word where? All right, so ready? Look and where. Thanks for joining me, friends. I look forward to talking to you again soon. Take care.